All right, out in lane number 1, we have Al Said Hassona. In lane number 2, Marlu Prinsloo. In lane number 3, Dano Dia. In lane number 4, Ross Lowe. Lane number 5, Hamza Hamir. In lane number 6, Amr Asela. And in lane number 7, Hilmar von Mansberg. Lane number 8, Jason Dix. Lane number 9, Keegan Meir. And lane number 10, Willem Snyman. So, Matt, the nature of our conversation this weekend has largely been putting you on the spot. So if I'm going to get the chance to do it again, who are you looking out for in this heat?
Oh, in this heat, I think we need to just keep in mind that Dano Dia, right over there in lane number 3, once again, he's your youngest male athlete competing at this year's semifinals. 20 years old and, really throwing himself out there. Obviously still seeding out in heat number 3, but really just holding his own. I think looking at the ladies, the Egyptian ladies have handled those dumbbells incredibly well. And if that's anything to go by, I think the men are about to prove something to us.
I think you have hit the nail on the head there. I mean, we need only look to CrossFit 111 and their ladies cycling those dumbbells like it was a mere formality.
Yeah, exactly. And that's across the board. I mean, the two teams both managed to make easy work of the dumbbells as well as the female individual. So let's have a look what happens. Amir Saleh, quite a big unit of an individual.
As we like to say in South Africa, right, Matt, we refer to large individuals as units. For those of you listening in from around the world, this might also be a 101 on South African slang. Large men are referred to as units. If they have massive power, they are referred to as generators because, as proven early on in the event, our country does not always supply us with that.
I must be honest, that's a first for me. That must be a Joburg thing, eh? A generator.
Brew, I'm originally from Cape Town, but I've picked up the ways of these people up north, the Soties, so to speak.
We'll be kicking this heat off in 10 seconds. $134 kilograms loaded onto those barbells, and these men making such easy work of that. Okay, going back to what we were discussing earlier. So these dumbbells, 40 kilos a piece, an 80 kg kind of chest to over chest position, but with two individual objects. I think, this is already proven to be one of the biggest roadblocks this whole event. And it'll be interesting to see what the men can make of these heavy, heavy dumbbells. And there he is, Amir Saleh. First out of the dumbbell bench press. Into his set of squat cleans. Opting for singles in the squat cleans. The barbell loaded at 65 kgs.
Yeah, that barbell currently sitting at 65 kgs, Matt, he makes it look so simple. And at this level, these gentlemen won't find that to be a problem. But it's interesting to see on the first heat of the ladies, a lot of those ladies going touch and go. None of these gents doing that. Almost made a bit of an error there, Matt. Almost said touch and bro, which is what we're definitely expecting from these gents, touch and bro sets. The mobility on this man, something to behold.
Well, this is the guy to look out for. This is Dane Nordia, the youngster, coming through in lane number 3. Shifting over to lane number 10 now. Camera is focused on Willem Snyman.
another unit of a human being.
Willem Sneeman also coming up from the coast from PE, CrossFit Lions Bay. So a couple of men already onto their second set of squat cleans through the set of 9s. Just over the 3-minute mark, a nice long 17-minute time cap to get this done.
Amir Salah making light work of this at the moment. Willem Sneeman currently in focus. Right next to him, Keegan Meir.
As you can see, the difference here in the men's heat, a couple of the ladies opting to go multiple sets of touch and go squat cleans. So breaking up the set of 9s, for instance, into 3s. We saw that coming up. Whereas the guys have opted to go on the opposite end. Instead of do singles on the deadlifts, go touch and go, or touch and go reps on the deadlifts, but then singles on the squat cleans. That's it, right on under your focus now. You had Hamza Mahir. Hamza Mahir, an athlete coming out of CrossFit 40P in Seoul, Korea, originally born in Morocco. And just expanding off that, would you like to get back to that conversation?
Yeah, look, it definitely is popular, if I could put it as such, in the comments right now. So do forgive my silence, Matt. Yeah, the big question is athletes currently not residing in the country, should they participate? And I think there are a mixed field of views, but I'm going to give you mine, maybe a controversial one. And if Matt, you choose to disagree, I actually would love that. I'm of the opinion that not keeping yes men around you is only for your best. So my view on the topic is as such. So we do have athletes who participate or live abroad. The means for them leaving this country, more than likely, either it's family, circumstantial, whatever it may be, but they're getting a lot of international exposure and for the most part, elevating the game locally. If you look at it abroad, if you take international athletes, right? I mean, take people along the lines of a Tia Toomey, right? You've got her coming out of Oceania, but should she be competing in Oceania, given that she's living in the States? She has an option to do either, right? As she competed in Oceania last year. And in much the same way, should the African athletes who are living abroad come back and compete, I think that's okay. Like, if they're a resident of this country and they're living abroad, I mean, if I decide to follow my wife on her career journey overseas, should I be penalized for leaving that to prioritize my family? I'm not sure.
Well, I think, as you say, it is a tricky one, but that is the rule book that has been set out. And I saw just now the conversation coming there between Tash and Richie Walbolt. And as we all know, Richie Walbolt, insane athlete on the South African field. But he's represented Cape CrossFit and went to the CrossFit Games with Cape CrossFit coming out of a semi-final. But now also does no longer reside in the country. So a South African at heart, he's grown up here, he's stayed here his whole life, and now he's recently moved overseas, but will most definitely come back next year and be competing at the local semi-final. So a matter of fact that maybe an athlete was born in South Africa and moved across as a baby versus an athlete that was born in South Africa, has grown up here their whole life, and only in the last 2 or 3 years made the move across.
Yeah.
Technically, there's no real difference.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And I feel like that's where it is tricky to try and split the field and go, well, that athlete was only just born here, moved across before they even started CrossFit. They shouldn't be able to compete in South Africa.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. I'm with you. Some interesting comments coming through on the chat right now. Back to the action of the floor. Amir Salah in view here, Matt, making light work of these weights at the moment. He's an absolute unit of an individual.
Yeah, and we could just see how excited Amir Salah was yesterday when he finished off that workout, event number 1 with the sled. He was ecstatic, and I'm sure he's going to be chasing that feeling of finishing an event with the remainder of the weekend still ahead. But I do spot a trend here, and Amir Salah, another Egyptian athlete, crushing the workout with bench press. I feel like they are doing something in their programming that we are missing out on.
Oh, 100%. Like every single Egyptian athlete we've seen to date has just been so comfortable under load, Matt. And I think what's interesting about that is a lot of times when you think of athletes that are capable of moving excessive load, you immediately disqualify their cardiovascular capability. But one, this workout is challenging that. And two, the event that he topped out yesterday on just happened to challenge that too, that sled pull workout.
Exactly. So crazy strong athlete, but got an engine as well.
Amir Salah right now so far ahead of the rest of the pack. And just moving so comfortably between stations at the moment.
We're just past the 12-minute mark here in heat number 1 of the individual men, taking on test number 3. 6 minutes to go, right on your screen there. That's Ross Lowe coming out from CrossFit Aberdeen. Ross Lowe, also born in South Africa, living in the United Kingdom.
Having a great showing on event 1 yesterday, Matt.
Yeah, and going back to that conversation, just about the general stereotype of how a CrossFit athlete should look on the competitive field, as opposed to, how some athletes can look and shift weights. We had this conversation yesterday
Yeah,
afternoon.
absolutely. It's a crazy one because I think, no discredit to the man in screen, but if I saw him in a regular mall, I would not know that he was one of the fittest dudes in Africa.
On screen now, we've got Amir Saleh. He's just moved his barbell for the deadlifts across to that 3rd spot. That means that he has only got the round of 3, 2, and 1 remaining.
Keeping in mind, we are coming in on that time cap, Matt.
Yeah, with 90 seconds left, is he going to be able to get through the full round of 3, 2, and 1 before that time cap is up?
Amir
1
Salah.
minute on the clock. Sorry, that is Jason Dix on your screen now.
Amir Salah looking like he's not going to be caught in this one, Matt.
Jason Dix also coming up from the little coastal town, CrossFit East London.
Just under 30 seconds remaining. Amir Salah moving with intention now to try and get those last few reps out. He's on the round of 2, Matt. See if he can get in
15
those
seconds
dumbbells.
to go. I think he's cutting it a little fine. Just look at the brute size of those dumbbells, though.
Is he going to make the dash for the squat clean? Probably won't get there in time. Understands what he's doing, and he bags another heat win.
There it is, Amir Saleh on your screen. Just took the heat win for the men's test number 3.
Coming out with a dominant start yesterday, but sadly picking up a bit of an injury on the second heat. That was the ring complex, correct, Matt?
Okay, lane 6 going down to Robbie Hoyer. Lane 5, Darren Zernomer. Lane 4, Yusuf Ehab. Lane 3, Dutoy Botha. Lane 2, Ron Conradi. And then lane 1, Eduan Drotsky. I think the big surprise in the second heat over here would be Darren Zernomer.
Darren, I can put good money on the fact is not happy about the fact that he's finding himself here right now, Matt.
Most definitely, and I don't foresee him staying in heat number 2 going into tomorrow either. As you can see here, right towards the bottom of your screen, there's Chris Oman leaning up against the fence with Dutoy Botha, one of his athletes, making his first individual semifinals appearance as well. So Chris will most certainly be there, making sure his athlete in lane 3 does what he needs to do according to Q.
I mean, we've kind of been using and throwing the word unit around quite loosely, Matt, and prime example of a unit we have here.
Yeah, right, right in the middle, or probably taking up your whole screen. Yeah, we've got a Semifat.
A wager bet with you, Matt. I guarantee you this goes down unbroken, this set of dumbbell bench press.
Only time will tell. But as you say, there's Darren Zernomer. He is on the bench, and he is coming back with fire. He's going to want to go as big as possible and make sure that he's able to claw his way back into that first and leading heat. Julian Liebenberg on your screen at the moment from Pack Life CrossFit.
Yeah, going head-to-head with Asim Efat right now. He's moving that weight very comfortably. Sadly, we didn't get to see whether he went unbroken or not, Matt, but still putting good money on that.
Yeah, as we mentioned previously as well, Pack Life CrossFit sitting through 2 teams, an individual male and female.
Huh.
A very good show out of a single affiliate.
You know, it's interesting when you look at the international scene, right? And I saw this stat coming up towards the tail end of last year's CrossFit Games. Obviously, the affiliate of the box having put up the most number of athletes to the games, Mayhem. I wonder what that landscape would look like in South Africa, Matt. Like, which is the affiliate that has sent the most number of athletes to this year's semi-final?
Well, we know purely based on the team side, CrossFit Juggernaut down from the Western Cape has got 3 teams in, so 12 athletes. I don't think any other teams or boxers have got more than 12.
Definitely not from a team perspective. Yeah, definitely not from a team perspective. You're 100% right. Yeah. Juggernaut came out with a massive showing. I mean, when they showed up to the briefing, it was like an army of their own. Probably got their own Putco bus to come down here as well. Yeah,
I mean, it's a box led by, again, Justin Swart, a legendary name in the game as well. Been an athlete for years, been a regionals athlete, and been a sideline coach to that Cape CrossFit team that went to the CrossFit Games as well.
On an individual level, I'm not too sure. Obviously, I mean, we know definitely the team from Kyalami already sporting 2 names that are essentially in that top 10 at the moment. Jason Smith along with his young protege.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, there are a couple of boxes with 2 or 3 athletes in the mix, but I'd love to see which box has the most individual athletes at the moment.
Inside the top 10.
Ooh, inside the top 10, that changes everything, right? Look, I know before the unfortunate exclusion of Estienne Ferreira, we've got Willoway with 3 athletes, 1 on the ladies' side and 2 on the gentlemen's side that were in the top 10.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to see, and maybe that trend will kind of hold on where you have boxers coming through with multiple athletes. And we had this discussion yesterday as well with Stretch. Does your box focus on the, from a affiliate owner's perspective, the kind of everyday athlete, what we we always push what CrossFit is about.
Yeah.
You know, being able to just come in and join and find a fitness community that, you know, won't judge you for not being able to stand up with your own body weight or being able to get off the couch, you know. And I think that is a massive focus for the majority of the box owners.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, you see a couple of affiliates coming through on a massive competitive level. So it would be an interesting thing as well to see what the focus is inside certain affiliates. If it is, no, you come into this affiliate to compete, or you come into this affiliate, you know, just to be able to move a little bit better as a human being. Because here we go again, on screen now, Darren Zernomer representing Cape CrossFit. That 7130, that is their Somerset West facility. So Cape CrossFit also got three
boxes out in the Cape Town region. Unless we have like a slick move of a Cape CrossFit coming up to Johannesburg soon. Would they be required to change their name, Matt?
That is a good question. And I don't know, maybe that's what's holding them back from the expansion into another province. However, there was talk of a cross-border. Cape CrossFit did release plans a couple of years back to open up a facility in Mauritius.
Really?
Yeah, but that was, I think, just going into COVID, so I think maybe a couple of things might have slowed down some plans. But there was going to be a Cape CrossFit outside of, I suppose Mauritius is in
Yeah, look,
Africa,
I think
but I mean,
it is
outside
in
of South Africa, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that would have been beautiful. I'm not sure that we've had too many boxes actually expand to the international waters just yet. And if I am wrong, please, if you are in the YouTube comment section, please do tell me. I'm not in the nature of trying to think I'm right and not be corrected. So please do hit me up. If you know of any of your boxes that are currently sporting the biggest number of athletes, bar what has already been mentioned, please do hit us up in the comment section.
Having a look now on your screen, you've got Ruan Conradi making his way through a couple of squat cleans. Ruan Conradi repping CrossFit Two Rivers. So on screen right now, we've got a Semifat, unaffiliated, but living in Cairo in Egypt, and with the heaviest listed body weight. So out of all of the male athletes, well, Justin Holiday and Assem listing the same body weight, 102 kilograms. You can see why he looks as built and as muscular as he does, and also gives some good reason why he's able to shift these weights.
Yeah, I bet you he's loving this right now. Look at him. His oxygen supply is just totally on point. He's not even breathing very heavily right now. This honestly just, to him, looks like a bit of a bro sesh. Actually, you want to know what the scary thing is, Matt? He's yet to break up that dumbbell bench press. He's just blasted them unbroken every single round.
It really doesn't seem like he needs to.
A need coming through in the comment section saying Asim is a unit. Yes, yes. Agree. The language we've been using today. Welcome to South Africa. Huge, gigantic human beings are referred to as units. All right, we've got a race at the front here, or rather an extending lead for Asim, who we've currently defined as a unit. Matt, he's just making this look far too freaking simple.
And there's Robbie Hoyer. We had a good discussion about Robbie yesterday. This is his third semifinals event, back-to-back as an individual. Last year, well, I stand to be correct, I think he finished 11th. No, sorry, finishing 17th in 2021, finishing 9th last year. Just seating outside that top heat, so that top 10 at the moment. But as we have been mentioning the whole weekend, this is only test 3 of 7. So still 4 scoring opportunities after this event to still reign in this weekend's champion and crown that one individual male to represent South Africa at the Noble CrossFit semi-final event.
You have eHub on screen right now. Big love coming through for Asim currently on the chat. Ruan Potgieter in view right now. Yeah, if you just look at the lay of the land, Matt, quite a number of those athletes having progressed that barbell right now. So it's going to be interesting to see who makes that move into the final segment. Asim currently looking like he might be threatening the current time to beat, or rather rep to beat. Asim effort about to move now back to the barbell.
And right there at the back of your screen, we've got Matthew Schiff still stuck in his round of somewhere between 7 and 10. As these lines out are these tape lines out on the floor are demarcating. Once the athlete has finished their round of 10, 9, 8, and 7, the bars come forwards one line. After the round of 6, 5, and 4, the bars come forwards one final time for the round of 3, 2, and 1.
Lane number 9, Asim effort getting back to the bench press now. Omar effort coming through in the chat saying Asim is also known as the Egyptian Hulk. Yeah, I can totally see that, right?
How
That,
very fitting.
yeah, that makes absolute sense. No doubt he's probably more than likely going to find his way into the top 10 with this current performance, Matt, if the wheels don't come off.
Yeah, just staying focused, staying calm and collected, waiting until he's ready to lay back with those dumbbells. And again, using that option of popping them off the knees, getting up to full extension, having to save himself a rep.
For those of you just joining in, you are watching the Rebel Renegade Games. This is the Noble CrossFit Games semi-final here in the Africa region. You're seeing your second heat of individual men go head-to-head now to establish their way up the leaderboard. One more heat hereafter before we transition to the teams event number 4. Teams event number 4, obviously, as mentioned in the morning show this morning, the individuals will have a 4 and 5 back-to-back, and the teams will have an event 4. Also noting that between that transition, we will be interviewing some individuals. So if you just happen to be a Gilmarie fan, please do stay locked and loaded because we will be interviewing Gilmarie in just a little bit after the men's events. Matt, we're into the final minute now. Let's see who gets this like last minute ascendancy in this race. Oh, we might actually get a finish here. Matt.
Ruan Conradi right over here
looking to
in
lock
lane
this
number
up.
2. 1 rep left per station. He's got 1 squat clean. He's getting the crowd hyped. 1 squat clean. And he makes it over the line.
Yeah, clearly hyped from that performance. Basically snapping his judge's arm off with that high five.
Ruan Conradi over the moon with himself, repping CrossFit 2 Rivers, the only male to finish this event yet. Sneaking in just underneath the time cap.